Hey guys, my name is Marley and welcome to my new TBR video. Today we're going to be talking about all the books that I plan to read in the month of March. And sorry, there's kind of a major glare on my glasses right now. I can't really seem to figure that out, but sorry if that's bothering you. So let's just get right into it. Every month I plan to do a reading vlog, and this month it's kind of obvious what the theme for it's going to be, so I'm just going to tell you I'm going to be doing an ARC reading vlog. I just got accepted to a bunch of ARCs on NetGalley kind of all at the same time, and so I just want to get through all of them this month because they are coming out pretty soon. And you'll kind of notice they all have a bit of a similar theme. There's a clear certain type of genre that I'm interested in when I look for ARCs. So first of all, we have a book called For Found Dead by Natalie D. Richards. I don't believe I've read anything from her before. And I believe this is a YA thriller. So I'm not as familiar with the synopses of these ARCs because I haven't been, hearing people talk about them yet because they are not out yet. But let me just read what's on NetGalley here. It says, the last show has ended, but the nightmare is just beginning. Tonight, Riverview Theater is closing forever. The last remaining business in a defunct shopping mall. The moviegoers have left, and Jo and her 6 co-workers have the final shift, a shift that quickly takes a dark turn. So I love that. I love a group of people in like an isolated setting. First, a stranger arrives with a chilling accusation, then the power goes out and their manager disappears, along with the keys to the lobby doors and the theater safe, where the crew's phones are locked each shift. The crew's tension turns to terror when Jo discovers the dead body of one of her coworkers. Okay, all I need to know, it's clearly like a isolated setting thriller where the characters are getting targeted and getting murdered for some mysterious reason. So I love that. Next up, we have Someone Is Always Watching by Kelly Armstrong. I have read from this author before, but not for years and years. I read a fantasy series from her, but never anything that was thrillery. So let's see what this one says. Their lives are a lie. Their memories may not be real. A new young adult psychological thriller. Blythe and her friends, Gabrielle and brother and sister Tucker and Tanya, okay, another friend group, love it, have always been a tight friend group attending a local high school and falling in and out of love with each other. But an act of violence has caused a rift between Blythe and Tucker. An unexpected burst of aggression and disturbing nightmares have started to become more frequent in their lives. The strange happenings culminate in a shocking event at school. Gabrielle is found covered in blood in front of their deceased principal with no memory of what happened. Cracks in their friendship as well as in their own memories start appearing, threatening to expose long forgotten secrets which could change the group's lives forever. Okay, so murder mystery vibes, love it. Then we have Tell Me What Really Happened by Chelsea Sidoti. I don't think I read from this author either. There are stories about the woods around Salvation Creek and the people who have gone missing. Now their friend is one of them. A riveting, fast-paced YA mystery told entirely through first-person police interviews of 4 teens over the course of a few hours. Again, we have a friend group. So again, very similar themes. It was all her idea. They would get away from their parents and spend the weekend camping. Down by Salvation Creek, the 5 of them would make s'mores, steal kisses, share secrets. But sometime around midnight, she vanished. Now the 4 friends who come back are under suspicion, and they each have a very different story to tell about what happened in the woods. The clock is ticking. What are they hiding? Who is lying? Dark truths must come to light if their friend is to be found. So tune into that vlog if you want to see me read those books and hear my thoughts on some upcoming YA thriller books. Then of course I'm going to have a book club book with my friends, which we have not decided on yet. Then to choose more of the books from my physical TBR, because as we know, I'm trying to get through more of my physical TBR from my cart back there. I had my friends and family pick some books for me this month. Unfortunately, no one really fell up to filming clips when I was with them, so it makes the video not as exciting because I don't have them to kind of like say why they picked these books and like show them picking them out. So I'm just gonna tell you, maybe I'll pop a picture of them on the screen so you know who it is. But first up, I have my friend Allie pick a book for me, and she chose A Brush with Love, and this is by Maisie Eddings. So as you can see, this book is already all tabbed up and annotated. Back in December, you may have heard me say that me and my friend were doing like a Christmas book exchange where we annotated books for each other. So I bought her Daisy Darker and I annotated that for her and gave it to her. Spoiler alert, she didn't love it as much as me, but she still did like it. And then she read A Brush with Love and marked it up for me. So I'm really excited to read it for that reason. Obviously, she added this to my physical TBR this month, and so she also picked it as the book for me to read this month. The reason I was so interested in this is because it has to do a little bit with dentistry. I don't work like as a dentist or anything like that, but I do work kind of in the dental industry, so I know a little bit more about dental stuff than like the average person. So I know one of the people in this romance, or maybe both, is a dentist or works in the dental industry. I've also heard Nat from Nerdy Nat Reads talk pretty highly about this book, so excited for that one. Then my boyfriend picked a book for me, and he decided to go with Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. He was between a few of them, but he went with this one because he did buy this one for me. I can't remember exactly when it was. I want to say it was like our anniversary or something last year. We picked out some books for each other, and I think he also knew like I really wanted to read this one like soon. Obviously people have heard of this one. Most likely it is about a famous tennis player and kind of her comeback to defend her title. Then my mom picked a book for me, and I honestly don't really know why she picked this book. I guess the cover just spoke to her, and I think she was kind of just like done with done with looking at all my books. She went with Karen Slaughter's False Witness, which was Karen Slaughter's new release a year or two ago, and I still haven't got to it. It's not something people have talked about that much, but I think people mostly said good things. I just don't remember the plot of this like at all, but I know it has to do with like lawyers. So it does sound like it has a similar theme to some other Karen Slaughter books I've read. But it's about this lawyer who seems to have some sort of mysterious past, and she gets requested to represent this terrible criminal who I think is like a killer and rapist or something. And it turns out she actually has a connection with him, and that's why he requested her. And then we're finding out about her past, I guess. So this should be good. And then my mom's boyfriend picked the last one. This one just kind of jumped out at him from the title, I guess. He wanted me to read I Found You by Lisa Jewell. So I'm excited about that because this is a backlisted Lisa Jewell book I just haven't read yet, but you might know she's one of my favorite thriller authors. This one seems to be about a man who went missing. So this woman is like really like scared of like where her husband went, and then we see this other woman who had this man randomly show up at her house, and he has no memory or something. So obviously that's like a connection there. And yeah, it's really just about these like missing men or something like that. So those are the main books I do want to get to, and then I have a little bit of like an extra book I would like to get to if I have time. A lot of these books on the TBR are thrillers, so I anticipate I should be able to get through them pretty quickly. So if I can, I have an extra arc actually that I was given, and that is Dark Corners by Megan Golden. I was actually given her release from last year as an arc too, so that's always exciting. And this is actually kind of like a sequel or companion book to her other novel called Night Swim, which I know a lot of people enjoyed back then. So there is a follow-up book coming out. So it follows that same podcaster from the Night Swim. She's like a true crime podcaster, but she is investigating a new case, and this one sounds kind of interesting because it has to do with like influencers. So I guess this one influencer went and visited this killer in jail and then like disappeared shortly after. So very suspicious. So that is like the case she's investigating, and it seems like there's some weird influencer conspiracy going on, cult, I don't know, but because she herself is an influencer too as a true crime podcaster, I think she's like could be a potential victim. So that's all I really know about that one. So this is going to be my March TBR. Let me know your thoughts below. Have you heard of any of these books before, especially the arcs? Do any of them sound interesting to you? Let me know. Definitely subscribe so you can see my thoughts about them at the end of the month. And yeah, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Sorry about the glare in my glasses again. I just keep looking at that. I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great March, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!